Alright gang, today we are covering controller settings. This is probably the biggest comment I get on the videos. Everyone keeps dropping like Krona, Zen, cheating, ESP, whatever. It's outrageous. So I'm going to go in depth with my controller settings today to get you in the exact position I'm in. I'm going to show you everything I use so we are all on a level plane. And if you get these settings and it's not working out for you, buddy, you need to switch games. Switch to Roblox, Minecraft, something more your speed, because clearly this is not your game, okay? I'm tired of the accusations. Buns is buns, all right? Shrimps is bugs and buns is buns. All right, so look, we're starting off here. What do we? So, aiming input device, obviously we're using controller here, okay? Going ahead and just covering this now, I use a Scuff PS4U Infinity. I have two paddles in the back. I play with it wired right here. I have one singular wire. I use a Control Freak on the right stick. I use the high rise. It gives maximum precision in terms of like in between aiming. So I play with a sensitivity set at 6.6. If I have a Control Freak on, that's gonna slow it down when I need it to. If I'm aiming at a target 200 meters out, whatever, I'm trying to really dial in my recoil control. The Control Freak helps out tremendously. I mean, what do we guys? The Control Freak dials it in, but up close, it still allows you to whip around, and get the kills and get the knocks that you need to get it going. Look, button layout. I play tactical flip, so I shoot with my bumpers. In my opinion, a PlayStation 4 controller's just like the 3, and back when I used to play on a PlayStation 3, you shot with the bumpers. And somewhere along the lines, they said, no, we want to shoot with the triggers. So it felt more comfortable for me to use the bumpers rather than the triggers. So tactical flipped. So you shoot with the bumpers, tacticals are with the triggers, and then you slide while pushing the right stick in, and then circle and or B if you are on Xbox will be your slide. I don't do bumper pings up on the D-pad. It's great. The flip RB1, LB, all that, whatever, that's part of the tactical flipped. Stick layout preset's going to be set to default. Controller vibration off for sure. You want anything that's going to distract you, like, or could hinder your aim, off on a controller. And rumble, especially in like PlayStation 5s that have the dynamic feel, they have like 36 rumble packs inside of it. You do not want vibration on when you're shooting your gun. It's gonna make that crosshair go full Reiki widdly. Dead zone input. If you go to your dead zone, you can actually test it. So I can turn it on here. As you can see, there's nothing going on the grid on the left and right. The key is to get your left stick and your right stick set to the lowest number you possibly can. All right, we want that at 4 and 4. And this setting right here is actually kind of slept on. So the left stick max, we can actually bring that down to 60 if you wanted to. That'll help with your movement because you move with the left stick. You're not really doing anything else. That'll kind of help movement delay. Me personally, I like being able to walk just a little bit before auto tac sprint kicks in, so I leave that at 99. Right trigger, left trigger, you want to set that at 0. The higher you go on those triggers, the more you actually have to pull it for it to go off. We want those set at 0. Don't fumble the bag there. Over to aiming, said it earlier, but I'll cover it now. I use a 6.6 sensitivity. But there's more than just standard sensitivity in this game this year. We actually have advanced and horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity settings, and they're locked. You'll notice they're locked. So if you actually go to horizontal stick sensitivity, you go up to custom. Now you can adjust this, and by default it's set to 1.20. If you put it down to 1.0, it will feel exactly the same as last year's title, or really the past 5 years in COD. I know a lot of people have been complaining on Twitter on controllers, saying that their aim feels like it's sped up, and it is sped up. You're playing at a half sensitivity when it's at 1.20. So if you're using a 6 sensitivity at 1.20, it's realistically a 6.5, maybe even a 6.4. It's gonna feel a little bit off. Put that back down to 1.0 and I'm telling you, you will notice a difference first game. It was actually kind of impressive how big of a difference that made. My ADS sensitivity multipliers are all set at 1.0. Vertical axis is all set to standard. Tactical stance sensitivity multiplier is at 1.0. Aim response curve type, I've rocked dynamic since Modern Warfare 2019. It feels good for me. I get a lot of accusations, so I think there's something to this because I'm not the best COD player ever. I do get a lot of complaints though about my accuracy, and that's all thanks to aim response curve type dynamic in my opinion. ADS sense multiplier for focus is at 0.95. Transition timing set to instant. I do use custom sensitivity per zoom. ADS low zoom all the way through 2 to 3x is set to 0.93. I've done that since 2019. 4 times all the way up to your high zoom, which would be your 10x, 12x, anything like that is going to be set to 1.0. You're going to want a faster ADS speed when you're using a sniper, a higher zoom, so you can actually trace targets when they're sprinting, really hit quick scopes, stuff like that. But with your low zooms and your 2 to 3 times, that's really your predominant ARs in this game. You know, we've all kind of rocked 2 to 3 times optics since 2019 in Warzone. A lot of far range engagements, but you still need those up close. Go ahead and slow those down so you can really control your recoil on targets. Aim assist type set to default. If you have like the worst aim of all time, like if you are going against 1v1s, you're getting absolutely thraxed every time you play, I recommend trying Black Ops. It has a very heavy slowdown on singular targets. I do not like Black Ops because when I'm looking at multiple targets, sometimes it'll want to grab someone I'm not actually going for. So I play default. The traditional default doesn't have as much grab as most aim assist itself, and sometimes not having as much aim assist will benefit you more if you know how to control your recoil on the guns, which I've covered on this channel, a lot of the recoil patterns of guns. So if you want to check that out, that link will be in the description down below. Third person ADS, we're not even touching that because we're not a bunch of bots. We don't play third person. Motion sensor aiming, maybe we'll do a video on that, but if you're aiming with the gyro settings or your controller, you're a demon. Automatic tac sprint on. If your automatic sprint is usually set to off, turn auto tac sprint on. Slide canceling is back this year. Movement is huge in this game. You are definitely going to want auto tac sprint on so you can maximize your speed traversing through the map. Auto move forward off. Another huge setting they added this year, slide maintain sprint. If you've noticed, okay, slide canceling's back. You go to slide and you'll have what's called a dead slide. So you're sprinting, you slide, and then all of a sudden you're like not moving after your slide. You feel stuck. You have to turn on slide maintain sprint. That way you're running, you slide, and you're right back in your sprint. It makes the movement feel so juicy. Like I'm telling you, if you ever watch these streamers, you're like, how do they move around like this? That's the setting that like all the little broccoli headed TikTok nerds are using. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Tactical sprint behavior, single tap to sprint. If you don't want to use auto tac sprint, you can just do the single tap sprint. I have it set on because sometimes I do turn off auto tac sprint only when I'm making a video on hip fire builds. Like when the snake shots were broken yesterday, auto tac sprint was off. Anything hip fired, I'm not going to use auto tac sprint. All of these settings are off. Slide dive behavior. We're not diving in 2023, 2024. Sliding is back. Sliding's way more efficient than diving, especially with the slide cancel. If you turn slide only on rather than having both of them, your slide cancel will be more fluent and have a faster movement rather than having slide and dive. There will be no latency from when you hit slide to when you actually start sliding. Plunging underwater set to free. Parachute auto deploy, go ahead and turn that off. Sprinting door bash on. Ledge climb behavior set to mantle only. All of these are prioritize interact. Go ahead and set that. Armor plate behavior apply all. I think we kind of covered the meat and potatoes really in all of these settings. Let's see, is there anything else we need? Gang, that's it. Look, I need you to try these settings out. If you have any questions about anything I've covered in this video, hit me in the comments. I would love to get back with you guys. Make sure to drop a like if you're new to the channel. Enjoy the content, man. Hit that sub button, and I will catch you all tomorrow for another banger. Whittly, let's get it again.